Ready to make fashion fireworks? Right now at Old Navy, get up to 60% off the entire store during Old Navy's Red, White, and New sale. Save big with items for $2, $4, $6, and $8, including women's tanks for just $2. And up to 60% off summer essentials like flip-flops, tank tops, swimwear, and shorts. Get more bang for your buck with up to 60% off your favorite all-American styles right now at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Select styles only. Entire store offer valid 6/28 to 7/5. Excludes clearance, gift cards, register lane items, jewelry, today-only deals, two-day-only deals.
Hi, this is Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter, and you're listening to No BS Hiring Advice Radio, and watching it as a Google Hangout simultaneously. This is a time where I'd like to spend about 15 minutes speaking with you about some aspect of hiring staff, because for many of the systems in place that interfere with your ability to do it effectively, where you take a variety of actions that make the process robotic for you and for hiring exceptional people. And frankly, hiring exceptional people is what it's all about, and your systems don't make it easy for them, which is what you need to do. So we're going to take a little bit of time talking about an example from Major League Baseball, or the examples of Major League Baseball and some of the things that they do in order to make their off-season an effective time for preparing for the actual season. Because after all, here we are recording this show in February 2015. Pitchers and catchers are due to report very, very soon. And we're about to get caught up in the mania that is professional baseball in the United States. So before I start talking about some of the lessons you can learn, let me just simply say I have two sponsors. The first one is consultingassignments.com. That's a site where you can find and fill consulting assignments, full-time consulting positions, temp to perm, and contract to hire opportunities anywhere in the world, completely free. Posting a job or a resume is free. Searching jobs and resumes is also free, as is the ability to contact one another. The only thing the site charges for is if you want to feature a job or a resume, it is, get this, $10 for 30 days. And prices will drop if you're going to commit to featuring more than one job. So again, consultingassignments.com. The other sponsor is Audible. And if you go to audibletrial.com/thebiggamehunter and sign up for a trial of Audible, they'll give you a free audiobook as part of that trial. And I know you like audio. You listen to this podcast, maybe Job Search Radio, maybe No BS Job Search Advice Radio, maybe my new one, the American Headhunter podcast. Whichever it is, you like audio, you listen to this show, check out Audible. I think you'll find it a good choice. So, like I was saying, pitchers and catchers will be showing up soon. And organizations have been planning for the season now since the end of last season. They have been releasing players, signing players, evaluating performances, and making decisions that will lead to either the good fortune of having a World Series champion or the frustration of coming in second place. So I thought we'd take a little bit of time looking at some of those management decisions, some of those hiring choices that organizations make in order to see if there are any lessons that can be applied to you in your business. Now, one thing I always tell job hunters is that when you look at baseball, big market teams tend to pay more. Well, the fact is big companies tend to pay more too. They have better benefits often. They have better profit sharing plans, the salaries are higher, the bonus potential is higher. That's not always the case, but there's a certain quality that comes with a substantial organization that smaller firms not afford to offer. Now, that doesn't mean that over the long run, that's going to hold out. For someone who worked at Facebook when they were a startup, certainly their salary may not have been high, but they certainly made a lot of money on the back end, didn't they? Same with Google, same with Apple, same with any number of startup organizations. So as an organization, if you're a substantial firm, you have to pay to get the talent, because after all, you're going to pigeonhole people. You have to give them a reason to accept that. For a smaller firm, you really have to sell the opportunity, both in terms of what you're going to be doing and what's going to be in it for them. And I'm not talking about money here. It's the opportunity to learn, to connect with people, to have a good time. You sell your assets. And that brings us to the second point, of course, and that is smaller organizations often give individuals an opportunity to learn more, experience more, do more than the bigger firms. As I said before, bigger organizations wind up compartmentalizing people, kind of pigeonholing here if you're watching the video. They put you in a niche. That's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be the third widget on the fourth floor, and that's it. A smaller firm is going to give people a lot more expansiveness. So you have to sell what you have going for you and talk about. I can't talk about stability because the lie's been put to that if you're a big company, but you can talk about working in a department where you have a substantial opportunity to do significant work. Smaller firms have a different selling proposition. You can talk about the profit sharing, you can talk about the options, you can talk about the upside, the potential to learn, the diversity of the work. There's a whole a bundle of things you can speak about from that perspective. Now, in baseball, everyone's got a budget. I know you've got a budget too. But from the player standpoint, from the job hunter standpoint, they're looking for a payday. And they want to make more than what they're getting now. Now, you may be trying to pay at market. Nothing more, nothing less. So you have to sell that opportunity hard. You have to give them a reason to compromise what they're looking for. And you have to do it promptly. Excuse me if I use this as an example, but when players get to free agency, which is what job hunting is really all about, they may visit with a team that's going to try and sign them right away. And you need to, when you get someone in the front door who you're interested in, you've got to drive them through the process of from beginning to end quickly and not dragging this puppy out. Because the fact is, right now in February 2015, there's a strong market and people have choices. Had a client that procrastinated for 3 weeks before starting an interview process. In the meantime, someone else got a hold of him. They got through 2 interviews, 3 people was going to fly him out, but the other firm was at the point of extending an offer. And this individual didn't want to risk losing. They canceled the interviews. In sports, the example is someone comes in the front door that they're interested in. They're trying to close the deal right away. What are you doing to drive your process so that no one walks out the door and gets to another organization that can be selling them on their option? And if you think people are disposable, hey, how long are your recs open? I've got a client that's trying to hire people with obsolete technology, and they're taking their sweet-ass time, excuse my language. And the impact is they're starting to lose some of the people who presented to them as recently as a week ago. And it's not because they've been in play at other places. It's just other firms are interviewing them and taking action. What can you be doing to drive your process? Now, who gets paid the most? Who should be paid the most in your organization when you're trying to hire? In sports, it's the clutch performer. And it's the clutch performer who comes with good press about them. Start looking for the press clippings on people to start trying to find the exceptional talent instead of just going to job boards or just looking on LinkedIn for people with particular keywords in their profile. Start looking beyond the profile for the press clippings, for the marketing, for what this person has written, where this person has presented, what makes them the exceptional person. And don't then try and pigeonhole them. Let them flower that much more. Let them blossom that much more. Now, again, when you reach out to them, be prepared. You need to be prepared with a good presentation for the nature of the opportunity, because these folks are often happy doing what they're doing, where they're doing it, and they're well regarded there. And again, you can see I'm not talking about the free agent, as you will. I'm talking about trying to trade for a player, how to get a player from another organization. So when you're trying to recruit somewhere, have someone trying to recruit for you, have a good story in place at the time of the first call. Now, one thing you need to be doing, and I think a lot of organizations have gotten lazy about this, is developing relationships with agents. Now, I could speak from self-interest, but I'm not in this particular case. Now, agents do a lot of good in helping organizations find talent, source talent, identify people, and there has to be a symbiotic relationship between the two of you. Otherwise, you waste a lot of their time, they waste a lot of your time, each of you gets frustrated with one another. It's pointless. Got off the phone with a client last week. They tell me about wanting to hire a number of people. They say, I know you're new to our organization, so I'm going to be communicating with you regularly about our impressions of your people, because I'm told that you get it, that you understand, and you can be taught. So I want to teach you, because the investment at the beginning is going to do a lot to save both of us a lot of time. Another thing that you need to know from baseball is the notion that, and no one likes to say it and no one likes to believe it, but we know the fact is true. Players are disposable. Stop tolerating mediocre performance in your organization. You have to start looking at cutting mediocrity or poor performance. Give them the warning, give them the heads up that they're open to being cut. I'm not saying not to do that, but don't tolerate mediocrity, because when mediocre performers infect an organization, they bring the winners down. I also want to encourage you, you have to get, again, if you're in HR, I'm talking about the relationship with the hiring manager. If you're a hiring manager or a business owner, I'm talking about, relationship with HR. Everyone's got to be on the same page with one another. The GM, the manager, the players, everyone has to understand what's expected of them and how they can work together to achieve a championship. If the manager and the GM have different philosophies, this is going to be doomed to failure. Everyone's got to be on the same page. So if you're in HR, you have to insist upon hiring managers being responsive quickly. I'm not talking about a week later. I'm talking about within 24 hours, in order to ensure that when you're putting out effort to find people, when you're asking others to put out effort to find people, their time isn't being wasted. Because suddenly, and I know you act like recruiters are disposable, but why? There's no need for that. If only you conducted yourself like you say you're going to, at the end of the day, you'll wind up with the champions that you want, and a sales force of recruiters who will be out there drumming up the marketplace to identify talent on you. So you got to make demands of the other people on the hiring team in order to ensure that the right talent is identified. Finally, excuse me, this is something I've said for years, and in my coaching with people, I point this out. Winners find the way to win. Losers find the way to lose. Stop making excuses for the mistakes that are made. Hold everyone to account. And by that, I don't mean to be punitive, but teach them how what they've done has an impact on your organization. A delay can be a problem because you lose talent, and that's expensive. Poor performance is a problem. Poor management is a problem. Drive the hiring system forward, just like a manager does. So there's a lot more I could talk about, but I thought these were a good starting place. I hope you liked today's show. And I just want to say that if I could help you with staffing, call me at 646-374-8656. Or you can find out more about me at my website, which is thebiggamehunter.us. A few final things. If we're not already connected on LinkedIn, send me a connection request at linkedin.com/IN/the-big-game-hunter. I accept connection requests from people worldwide, except if you're a third-party recruiter in a country known for scams or spam or look like a scammer or spammer to me. Also want to mention that I've got more content on my website that you can watch, listen to, or read that will help you do a more effective job. Hope you enjoyed today's show. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. Hope you have a great day. Take care.
Ready to make fashion fireworks? Right now at Old Navy, get up to 60% off the entire store during Old Navy's Red, White, and New sale. Save big with items for $2, $4, $6, and $8, including women's tanks for just $2. And up to 60% off summer essentials like flip-flops, tank tops, swimwear, and shorts. Get more bang for your buck with up to 60% off your favorite all-American styles right now at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Select styles only. Entire store offer valid 6/28 to 7/5. Excludes clearance, gift cards, register lane items, jewelry, today-only deals, today-only deals. Ready to make fashion fireworks? Right now at Old Navy, get up to 60% off the entire store during Old Navy's Red, White, and New sale. Save big with items for $2, $4, $6, and $8, including women's tanks for just $2. And up to 60% off summer essentials like flip-flops, tank tops, swimwear, and shorts. Get more bang for your buck with up to 60% off your favorite all-American styles right now at Old Navy and OldNavy.com. Select styles only. Entire store offer valid 6/28 to 7/5. Excludes clearance, gift cards, register lane items, jewelry, today-only deals, today-only deals.